back in the 80s, the CHP went to this type of markings on their front line of patrol cars. The idea, you see, it's not black and white. Let me look at the picture now. Hold on. I didn't do this right. Hold on. You see, it's got no light bar and no push bars. So, okay, remember this now. There was a big stink from a lot of the public saying, well, these are undercover or unmarked cars, and in California at the time, you could not enforce traffic unless your car was correctly marked. So the gist was that these cars were correctly marked under the vehicle code at the time. Even I looked it up 2 years ago or 3 on the trip that I went to Fresno, and I misplaced the footage. I was driving home the last day, me and the boy, and we got radared by a true undercover car, SUV, a Suburban, in one of these little podunk towns, like right in front of the school. So I looked this up to see if they could still do it, and apparently in California now, you could enforce traffic in an unmarked unit. But at the time you couldn't. So these are the cars that raised such a big stink about, and they were allegedly, we're gonna target the truckers. Well, after about 10 minutes, people realized, dude, they're pulling over everybody. So this was a really big stink at the time. Now I'm going to tell you something else about California speed law and the CHP. In one of the previous vids, I talked about the marked mile. Well, in California, the police cannot time you through a marked distance, determine your speed, and then cite you. That's a speed trap. It may be legal in other places, but it's not legal here. And it still isn't legal here. So now I'm going to pip in a picture of the CHP airplane. And now you're asking yourself, okay, well, they pace you on Interstate 5 or wherever, and that's true, but there's marked miles on the shoulder. If you're paying attention and you know what to look for, you'll see them. You know, if you're going 75 on I-5, you're going to roar right past it. But they pace you, but they time themselves through the marked mile, because an airplane doesn't have radar to be able to radar you, and their speed is in knots and your speed is in miles an hour. So they time themselves, altitude. There's a mathematical formula. They figure out, okay, I'm going X knots of airspeed at Y altitude. We pace them. That converts to Z miles an hour. You're speeding. They report you to the ground units. But you are the one that's the actual citing officer. The officer that actually physically pulls you over, runs your license, and hands you the ticket is not the citing officer. One of the airplane crew, not the pilot, but the guy who's actually doing the physical action of determining your speed, that's who the citing officer is. So if those of you who got caught by an airplane are wondering, well, hell, they can't, time you through a marked mile, they're not timing you. They're timing themselves, using conversion, and determining your speed. And that's something that I don't think enough people in California recognize. So that is your California speed law nonsense for today. Another story time with Joe. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you for watching my nonsense. This is, as always, your host, Joe. Thank you for watching. Enjoy your day. Peace be with you, and we'll see you for the next one.